Hey guys, before you watch this video, please kindly hit the subscribe button and also like the video. And when you like the video, YouTube will recommend my video to other people. So please like the video. Thank you.
Okay guys, today's video we'll be talking about variable scope in C and Arduino C and C++. So I'm going to be exploring the lifetime and visibility of variables. So what are variable scope? Variable scope refers to the region in the code where a variable is accessible and holds its value. So basically your code has some part. If I put a variable in a particular part of my code, other part of my code will not be able to see it. It depends on the particular place I put my variables, will depend how accessible they are and how long they last. So the first bit we talk about is the first scope we talk about the local scope. So in local scope, local variables are declared within function to have limited scope. So a variable that is in a local scope is called a local variable. They're only accessible within the function in which they are created. We're going to do function later in this course, in this video series. But the most basic example of function I've using lately is the void setup and void loop. So that means that if I create a variable inside void setup, when Arduino comes out of void setup, any variable I created will be destroyed. Then the lifetime is only within the function they are created. So they are created when the function is called and destroyed when the function returns. So what my function can be like void setup. So let's do a quick example on our simulator. So here I do let's create a variable first. Let's begin as serial monitor first. If I create a variable int a equals to 5, I do serial dot print line. Let's print I'm in the setup I'm in the setup function. You know what, let us print a. So let's print a. Now if I run this code, obviously I didn't put my semicolon. So if I run this code, obviously I get a 5. What happens when I move this to another function, which is the void loop? So now what happens now when I bring this variable to this side? Let's see what's going to happen, and an error. What does it say? A was not declared in this scope. Because A does not exist in the scope of void loop. So now this variable, after the void setup, after it's come out of the void setup, this A variable is destroyed, because remember, code runs line by line. So you are done with line 1 to 6. Now we're in the void setup, which is from 8 to 10. Now we're in the void loop, which is from 8 to 11. We continues looping, and there's no A in it because A has been destroyed after the code came out of void setup. So A is no longer useful in the loop. And in case of since Arduino loops inside the void loop, like keep going, when you run the void loop, it goes back to the beginning of the void loop and keeps running. So A is practically useless after I come out of the void setup. So that's a local variable. Same thing happens if I define A. So let's now, if I want this code to work now, okay, let's do int A equals to 5 now, int A equals to 6 now. Let's do a serial dot print here to A. So now I run this code, we should run. It print 5, they started printing 6 continuously because it's a loop. We go back to the beginning, you can see the 5 at the top. So because this means that the A in void setup is different from the A in void loop. The A void setup has been destroyed. The new A this A we created here, which is now 6, which is then printed continuously because it is in a loop. So this A in the WhatsApp has been destroyed. The only available A now is this one in the void loop. It is a way to come out of the void loop. When you come out of the void loop, this A equals to 6 will also be destroyed also. So with void loop, with local scope, can give the same name to variables. As far as they're in different scope, can give them the same name. Okay, let's go back to the slide. So next slide is global scope. So global variables are declared access of any function, and they have the wider scope. Access global variables can access and modify from any part of the code, including functions. Now, global variable name means that you can use them any. When you define them, they can be used anywhere. If I define a global variable, you can use it in the void setup. It can be used in the void loop. So when we go to our code now, if I want to define a global variable, I have to define it out of any function. It's usually best part to define it at the top. Int a equals to 10. Now since I already defined the global scope, we don't need this anymore. I will not need this. Now it's going to print. See, let's remove this one also. Now normally it's not inside voice to void, but it's going to see it because now A is global because A is 10. Same thing happen when I put it in the void loop. I go to print 10 continuously now because now the void loop and voice setup can also see because it's in global scope. This also means I can change this variable from any point in my code. I can change this variable from 10. I can change it here A equals to 5 here. So call this so at first now to print A equals to 10. Then here I can change the variable to A equals to 5 and to go to print 5. Look, what I'm going to say is 10, then 5 continuously. So run our code now. I'm saying 5. We'll go to the beginning of the code. We see our 10 at the very top. So our libraries that can be accessed, it can be read and be changed anywhere in your code. Okay, since I said a global variable should be outside a function, does it mean I can define the variable somewhere here like this? Let's see what happens. But yeah, what does it say? A will not declare in the scope. But isn't A a global variable? Yes, A is a global variable, but remember, code runs line by line. So when I go line by line, like voice setup, now I'm in this line 3, which is the comment. Now I'm in line 4, which is shadow begin 11,500. Now I'm in line 5, which is empty. Line 6 is shadow print line A. But where is A? The code doesn't know where A is, but has not put into A yet. But doesn't know where A is, because A is under it. Do you get the idea? Like it goes line by line. So like if I have to read the variable that has not been created yet, it will say the variable not declared in the scope. Oh, you guys get the idea? Because it's going line by line. When it gets to line 6, it doesn't know where A is, but has not gotten to A yet. That's why it gave us that error. If I remove this code here, it should work now because void loop can see it because it's before void loop. I see it's working. The void loop change the value to 5 by 5. So stop the code. So that's a way you can define a variable once, but it will only work for the void loop. If you do something initialize the variable once, instead of always initializing, because the loop is always looping. You put it outside here, it will only want to initialize once, and going to keep looping in the void loop. So that's it. So let's go back to our slide, global scope. So scoping issues. Important. Proper use of scope prevents unintended side effects and improves code. Proper use of scope prevents unintended side effects and improves code readability. And it's a way of protecting your variable so that you don't mistakenly change them in any part of your code. I'm going to get to a part on global variable. I will explain that better. The rule of thumb is using now rest possible scope for variables to limit their visibility. Yes, so I'm going to express it on global variable. So to really it will return what I've said for those two, so for the use and the rule. Now minimize. I said minimize use of global variables. Yes, minimize potential conflict. The three of them here are talking about the same thing. So I'm going to go here now. So best practices is the same to prefer local variables. I said earlier that to minimize global variables. Use meaningful names. Give your variable descriptive names. If someone is reading it to know what that variable stands for. Don't be like int a equals to 5. What does a mean? Does a mean the maximum amount of turns that the stepper motor can take? So I have to give it an actual name. Okay. So now why avoid local variable? Oh, there's a mistake. Why avoid global variables? So now first one, to reduce naming conflict. You could easily create a variable with the same name, but your compiler will just flag it since they are in the same scope. Encapsulation data hiding, it basically allows us to hide data. So if I want this data to be only available to a particular function, I can put it there so other functions cannot access it, so they're not going to mistakenly change it when I don't want them to change it. It's a way for me to hide data. Efficient memory usage. So when you create a global variable, it's going to exist throughout the lifetime of your whole code, throughout the lifetime of your code runtime. For example, I have 5 MB of memory, and I get the global variable, and global variable takes 1 MB. Variable don't take that much memory. I'm going to give an example. It's 1 MB, and that 1 MB allocated to that global variable throughout the whole lifetime of the code. So the rest of the memory I have is 4 MB. But if it was a local variable and I put it in void setup now, when void setup is done running, the 1 MB it took will be released, so I have my 5 MB back. I can now use it to run code in the void setup. So local variables are better for efficient memory usage. So summary, recap of the variable scope. Remember, global, accessible to everywhere you code. You have to define them at the very top of your code. You can be accessible to every function. Local variables, you create them inside the function, inside specific function. So they're only available in that particular function, in that particular scope. Block scope, oh, this is not. Block scope, I don't want to talk about it. I forgot to remember from me, but block scope basically, when we go into loops, I'll explain it more about block scope. So let's leave that. So benefit of understanding scope, improve your code organization and reduce bugs. Yes, when your codes are limited to local variables, like when you limit your code local variables, you are less tendency to make mistake, like especially mistake of changing a variable without knowing. But if variable is global, any part of your code can access it, so you can mistakenly change it. So best practice is use local variables, initialize your variables, and use meaningful names so that people can easily read your code. So that'll be all for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any question, can drop in the comment section. Thank you guys.
Hope you didn't forget to hit the subscribe button and the like button. Please hit the like button so that YouTube will recommend my videos to other people. So it works like this. When I have a lot of likes, YouTube recommends my video to other people. And also when you hit the notification bell icon there, you will be reminded anytime I post a new video. So please remember to subscribe, hit the like button, also hit the notification bell. You can also share the videos to your friends who might be interested. Thank you, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.